Howdy Shop Warrior. Today we have a garage tour. This is a 3-car garage. This guy's a handyman, he's a golfer, he's a lawn guy, and a great organizer, and he happens to be my dad. Here we go. All right, so here we are in Gene's garage. This is kind of the main workbench area. So I would describe, I happen to know you since you're my dad, right? So this, I would say you use your garage for a little bit of handyman stuff, lawn mowing, storing your golf clubs, storage in general, and then you have 2 cars in here. So that's quite a bit that you packed into this garage. So tell me about this space here. So as you walk in, this is kind of the 3rd garage area. We'll kind of pan over here.
Right.
So this is kind of the main workspace, right?
This has been my main workbench and storage area for a lot of things, but just for smaller projects and to come out and lay something out or draw something out on paper, well, I do it in here.
Nice. And so this workbench, you bought this, right?
Yes.
Let me see. It looks like the brand there. We'll grab that.
Got this at Lowe's.
Gladiator brand from Lowe's. And this was probably a couple $100. About
Something like that in that
$200.
neighborhood.
Okay. Pan back here. You can kind of see. It looks like nice sturdy legs.
Yes, it's well made, and you can add rollers on the bottom. It has
Oh, nice. I like this. Grandpa's Way. Where'd that come from?
that came from my oldest son.
I like that. All right, let's move on to right behind you here, to this. This is kind of your main tool storage, right?
Right.
This guy. This thing's a beast. So Kirkland signature. That's Costco.
That's Costco, right?
And you were saying that this is kind of all the ones you looked at. This felt really heavy duty and kind of the strongest, sturdiest.
Yes.
Of all of them.
And a little larger than some of them that you find in other places.
Yeah.
And it has latches on here, and I was concerned about that for my grandkids, so they can come in, get the tools that might be sharp or hurt them. So.
Yeah. So let me show that. So every single drawer has a latch, and you can feel it with your finger under here. You just you pull it to release it. But every single one is latched. It's not like the old one I used to have where there's like one latch for kind of every drawer. This is like individual latches for each drawer.
And they latch or they lock. A couple of them. This one and this one up here has a.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Has a lock.
Gotcha. And how much was this guy?
I think this was, at the time, it was around 600.
Okay. So you're telling me this is your garage door opener, obviously, and then on top of it we have a special light here that you've added. So tell me about that.
Right. It's just a basic light, and I believe that was a Home Depot item that I added, and it's a motion sensor light. And so when we come out from the house into the garage area, this light immediately comes on. It's an LED, and it'll stay on for a couple of minutes if you're not in the area where the motion sensor detects you. But if you're just going to the car, you don't have to turn on the garage light and leave it on, or come back and turn it off. It just goes on and off on its own. So nice. It really just is convenience.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so talk to me about this section. This is also kind of in the work side of the garage. It looks like this is another storage area for all your kind of handyman stuff for working around the house.
Right. It's just a catch-all for a lot of different things. You can see there's a lot of yard chemicals and those kind of things here as well. So just really a catch-all. It's got different, I think the top shelves up here, the 2 top ones are 20 inches. I believe the next 2 are 16 and these 2 are 12. So this particular type of shelving, you can make it whatever size you want. So it's got the bars back here in the back that attach to the wall. And
this is you said Elfa?
this is Elfa
From
from
Container
the
Store?
Container Store. Right.
Gotcha. Let me try to get these shelves to kind of show everybody. So kind of hard to see the widths though. So the top ones are like 20 inch, 20 inch, 16 inch, 16 inch, 12 and 12.
Correct. And you can put whatever size you want, and you can put whatever distance you want in here. They're all adjustable by moving these.
There's these nice little
brackets.
hooks here too,
Right.
which just latch on there.
Put those wherever you want.
Nice. And I like down here these little they extend out really far, probably 8 or 10 inches.
Right.
So you can get it.
They have different sizes, and this is again an Elfa product, and these just attach to the bars that the shelves are on, and then you can put whatever type of holders you want on there.
So we got like a hose for an air compressor. It'd be great for extension cord or a garden hose, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's really nice. And because it's a rail, you can just slide it wherever you need it.
You can put it wherever you want it.
So tell me about organizing your garage. Kind of general principles about organizing.
Well, I think my driving force in keeping my garage organized is the idea that I've seen a lot of people, and I have had it in the past, particularly right after a move, and it's, you've got a garage full of stuff, but you'll see it end up, and there'll be $200-300 worth of junk sitting in a car, and you've got a $25,000-30,000 car sitting out in the elements.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So that's kind of been my driving force. Is I just like things up and out of the way, and
versus $1,000 of junk in your garage and a $10,000 or $20,000 car in the driveway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. As we pan over from that corner into the main area, this is where the 2 cars are stored. We have kind of the main, I would call it general storage area. So these are more of the Elfa shelves. Now, did you put these up?
I did. I put. It's a fairly easy process. The instructions to do it are good, and you basically hang these bars, and then attach the brackets, and they don't all have to go in studs. It's okay if you do that, but if not, they have really good hangers that'll work fine.
Like
a lot of
anchors in
this
the back.
doesn't have. They're not in the wall studs.
Oh, nice. What would you say was the trickiest part of the whole thing?
I don't know that any of it was really tricky. It's just starting, get it laid out right to start with, and kind of have your ideas of what you want to store, because it matters, how wide your shelves go. And,
Sure.
but there's really not anything tricky, just having the time to do it.
Nice. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, kind of 3 rows, general storage, and then down below another.
On this one, we were trying to leave this open in here.
Yeah.
For things like the lawnmower and the bicycle, and this is used. A lot of this is decoration. There's a Christmas tree box there, and just flowers and different decorations that my wife uses, and it's just a good place to store that.
Yeah.
Those tend to be bulky items.
Nice. Looks like down here, kind of some of your yard stuff. Kind of the similar racks.
Right.
Or rail, I should say, rail with the various hooks on them.
Yeah.
That's great.
Each of these rails are individual, so you could have one, or you can have as many as you've got room for. You could have them lower.
Yeah, that's great. On the final wall over here, more kind of general storage, but you have some nice, these are a little bit different. So these are like 10 or 15 bucks each, this guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect for a sawhorse.
Those are a Lowe's or a Home Depot product, but this is like for these stadium seats. It's just a good place to hang them. They're heavy, and they don't really store well, so that was a good place for them. And this is for sawhorses.
I like that.
Yeah, kind of gets them up and out of the way. And
we got our fishing poles up there, and then this is another kind of rack system. So this is not Elfa. This was I saw it over here somewhere. Here we go. Cobalt. So this must be Lowe's.
Yep.
I think
it's a Lowe's product. And this again comes in sections. This is about half of this, so it looks like maybe 2 feet or 30 inches.
Nice.
Going both ways, and then they have different individual hooks that are available, different lengths for whatever you're wanting to do.
So you can have, I guess, different, it can stick out from the wall different lengths as well?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
So they stick out different lengths, and then the widths are different too.
Right. Just depending on what you want to hang.
Nice. It's a lot. It's all the yard tools, trimmers, and then our ladders over here. Very nice. All right, so we've pulled out a few of your favorite tools that I wanted you to highlight. Just tell us, why they're your favorites and what you like, don't like about them. So what do we have here? This is an Ego.
This is
blower.
An Ego blower.
Yep.
And it operates off of a 56-volt battery.
Yep.
Which is also interchangeable with their other products, such as I have the Edger that uses this, and they have trimmers, string trimmers that use the same battery. So if you have their products, then the battery will work on any of them. So I have one battery for 2 different, or actually 3 different. They have a hedge trimmer that works. But
is this at Home Depot or Lowe's?
This is I'm not sure if all of them have it. This came from Home Depot.
Okay.
And but I love this, the ability to go out. You don't have a cord hanging around. You're not having to deal with gasoline. It's great to go blow the leaves off your front porch, blow the driveway, go out to the back deck patio kind of thing. There's always leaves or grass that get up there, and this is just really a handy tool. It's great to clean your garage with, and just to keep the grass and the different things that will blow into the garage.
Do you feel like it's powerful enough?
It's very powerful. Yeah.
Does it have the booster, I think right on the top? If you hit that,
yes,
it boosts it.
They call it the turbo, but you have your main switch, and then you have a turbo switch that kind of ups it. So if you're just doing something real light, well, the main switch will work. But if you need extra, you've got the turbo. And
you've had it for a little while?
Yeah, a couple years.
Is the battery still holding up?
Battery's fine. Battery's great.
Nice, plenty of charge.
Yep.
And you were saying, so Ego also makes, they make a variety of weed eaters and lawnmowers and those sort of things.
Right.
You recently bought a lawnmower, and you ended up getting the gas Honda, and you got a gas weed eater. But you're mentioning maybe, since your lawn is smaller, electric weed eater may have been the way to go?
I think the Ego weed eater would have been sufficient for my yard, and I'd just be able to use the battery instead of having to deal with the gas and mixing the gas and oil for like a weed eater. But
Sure. Okay. All right, so the next one you wanted to call out was your Impact.
Yeah, the other tool that I really enjoy is a battery operated DeWalt. It's called an impact wrench.
And this is a fairly new tool to me too in the last few years.
Right. I'm not sure how long they've been out, but I've had this one a couple of years. And basically how it works is you have a slot here, and you.
So these don't, like, it doesn't. You just pull this guy out, right, and it slides in. You don't tighten it.
You don't tighten it. It has a ridge, and when you slide it in there, it locks in place. And then to get it out, you just pull this up, and it comes out very easily.
So what does it do well?
It
versus a drill.
Well,
what's
this
the different uses?
particular apparatus has a slot in it, and you can put different ends. This is a Phillips screwdriver end. You can also, there's a multitude of
different
bits. Different bits. And so there's square bits. They have star bits. These bits right here are similar to Allen wrenches, so you don't have to use. You can use this in place of the old style Allen wrench.
That'd be much faster.
And they are very powerful. They will. You have to, in fact, be a little careful if you're screwing into a wall or something, not to go too far. But they
and they're fairly light too, right?
They're fairly light, and that's I really like the DeWalt drill for drilling a hole. But they are heavier and they are bigger. You can see the size difference. And there's this is just much handier to work with if you're in a tight space, but it's much lighter. This probably
So if you want to drill
third lighter.
drill a hole, which one would you use?
To drill, I would use the drill.
Okay, and then
There
in
are
the wall.
bits that you can put in here that you can drill a hole with this if you needed to, but I typically use this for drilling.
Gotcha. And then so if you want to put a screw in the wall, you're going to use.
I would use this one. Yes.
Gotcha.
You know, if you're putting together furniture, you buy furniture at a warehouse type store and then bring it home. You got to put it together. This is great to put all kind of screws or dependent. I mean, you can do Phillips or you can do the Allen wrench size. Any type of screw slot they have a tool for it that'll fit this.
And so I was going to ask you about another idea you told me about. So you have the bigger version of this that you keep in your car. So tell me why. I thought this was a really good idea.
They have an impact wrench it's much bigger than this, and it's much more powerful. But you can put a socket on there that would take your wheel lugs off.
Right.
And so instead of having to use the steel wheel or the star type wheel tools, this impact wrench will just take them right off.
So you're saying if your wife or someone who's not as strong, needed to take a tire off, they could use that impact wrench instead of the tire iron to do it, and it'd be, at least that part would be a lot easier for them.
Yeah. I think we all struggle with, if you have tires put on at a tire store, they're going to use impact wrenches that are strong. They've usually got those nuts so tight that it's difficult for a lot of people to get them off.
Yeah, I thought that was a great idea. Or at least, at least if you're going on a long trip, it'd be a good idea to throw it in the trunk with you. So I don't know that this guy would be strong enough, but that they have a version that's a little bit bigger, a little more heavy duty. That'd be a great use case for that. Awesome. Well, thanks for showing us your favorite tools.
You bet.
If you want to know more about any of the tools that we covered in the favorite tools segment, or any of the other things we talked about in the tour, like the workbench or any of the Elfa shelves, any of those kind of things, I've got a blog post on my webpage with a list of all that information on there for you. So if you go to theshopwarrior.com/videos, you can get more information. Just look for this episode and you'll find all the show notes for this episode. In addition, I have other free downloads that you can access. If you go to theshopwarrior.com/free, I've got different Google Sheets and things. I'm always adding more to that free section. So if you go there, you can find some good tools to help you organize your garage, kind of lay it out, design your lighting, that sort of thing. I've also recently done some LED lighting reviews, so be sure and check out those videos. And there's also several other garage tours, so be sure and check those out. But most importantly, I hope this inspired you to see what's possible, how to organize your garage, the kind of things you could do in your garage, and hopefully it helps you get out there and build some things and share those things with the people that you love, because in my book, that's what a shop warrior does. Thanks.